ASEAN Muslims need to collaborate to protect Ummah from deviant doctrines. Almost 800,000 Malaysians blacklisted from leaving the country. Good afternoon, I'm Amin Carlos and you're watching News on 2. Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi called for the collaboration among the Sunnah wal Jama'ah in the Southeast Asia region to protect the Ummah from deviant doctrines which tend to disunite them. He said that unity would inevitably restrict the emergence of new terrorist groups and extreme ideologies.
It's also to clarify the great deviations in ideas, method and transcendental extremism in order to protect the Islamic societies, the ASEAN countries, from their dangers and to depend on Islam by rejecting all forms of accusations, extremism, violence and suspicion directed to Islam by the media in the West and others.
Dr. Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said the biggest challenge was to overcome the perception of many with regard to Manhaj Ahlu as Sunnah or the right way of the Sunnah by providing them with genuine knowledge of Islam and educate people to understand clearly the best and finest of the Ummah. Dr. Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said this at the closing of the two-day Khair Ummah Conference 2017 or KUC 2017 in Kuala Lumpur. 790,186 Malaysians have been blacklisted by the Immigration Department from leaving the country, and more than half of them are borrowers of the National Higher Education Fund Corporation, PTPTN. Now, the Immigration Director General, Dr. Mustafa Ali, said that with a total of 447,890 PTPTN borrowers who have not paid back their loans, is the largest group restricted from travelling abroad. Other departments which also blacklist individuals include the Insolvency Department, the IRB, EPF, Customs Department and the Immigration Department, to name a few. To avoid facing problems when going abroad, the Immigration Department provides kiosks known as pre-read kiosks to allow Malaysians to check their blacklist status before going overseas. When launching the pre-read kiosk at KLIA Sepang, Dr. Sri Mustafa said that for now there are 3 kiosks available at the KLIA main terminal, and the Immigration Department is in talks with the Malaysia Airport Holdings or MHB to set up a few more kiosks in KLIA 2 within a month. The National Registration Department has denied issuing an identity card registration form where applicants must vow to vote for Barisan Nasional. And a photo of the controversial form that has gone viral featured the Malaysian coat of arms, the One Malaysia logo and the NRD logo. Now, the special application for identity card form apparently require applications to state their personal details, including their race, religion, a photo, and parents' information. On November 26th, the NRD released a Facebook statement clarifying that the form is fake. Its Director General, Dato' Muhammad Razin Abdullah, in a statement said that a police report has been made on the matter. He is urging the public not to believe or disseminate false information to avoid any confusion. He added that the department had never appointed agents or individuals to represent it in any of its matter. The Education Ministry will hold a meeting with Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi to look into adjusting the salary scheme for kindergarten and preschool teachers. And its Minister, Dr. Sri Mazir Khalid, said the proposed scheme should be well received by both parties.
Saya ingat Kementerian ambil tanggungjawab untuk membuat full briefing kepada Yang Amat Berhormat hal yang berkaitan dengan prasekolah. Kita akan dapatkan satu tarikh daripada Yang Amat Berhormat TPM dan kita boleh bagi satu gambaran penuh, taklimat penuh berkait dengan prasekolah dan juga gaji guru yang ada sekarang ni kepada Yang Amat Berhormat.
Dato Sri Madzir said this when commenting on a recent suggestion by the Deputy Premier, who suggested that government and private sector kindergarten and preschool teachers should be given a special salary scheme so that they could at least enjoy a minimum salary and are not listed below the poverty line. He said this to reporters after attending an event in Kuala Nerang, Kedah. The Meteorological Department has issued a weather warning alert for the states of Kelantan and Terengganu effective tomorrow. And it has also forecast heavy rains in both states until tomorrow. Now, the warning was issued for Tumpat, Pasir Mas, Kota Baru, Bachok, Pasir Putih, Machang, Tanah Merah, Jeli and Kuala Krai. The same warning was also issued for 6 districts in Terengganu, Besut, Setiu, Kuala Nerus, Kuala Terengganu, Marang and Setiu, while severe weather alerts involving heavy rain, which is expected to continue, was issued to Gua Musang in Kelantan, Dungun and Kemaman in Terengganu and Hulu Perak. Weather warning alerts were issued for Lojing in Kelantan, 6 districts in Pahang, Mersing and Kota Tinggi, Johor and Kedah involving the area of Langkawi, Kubang Pasu, Kota Star, Pokok Sena, Pendang, Padang Terap, Sik and Bali. MET Malaysia also issued a second category warning on strong winds and rough seas for the coastal areas of Condor, Reef North and Layang Layang. Now, tides in the areas involved reportedly reach a height of 4.5 meters. The current situation is dangerous to all shipping activities, beaches and ferry services. The Malaysian Customs Department foiled 2 attempts to smuggle pangolin skins weighing a total of 337 kilograms worth 4.36 million ringgit at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, on November 16th and 17th. KLIA Customs Director Abdul Wahabi Abdullah said on November 16, custom officers from the airport's mail and courier department seized 5 cases of pangolin skins weighing over 125 kilograms worth 1.62 million ringgit. The next day, 8 cases of pangolin skins weighing over 211 kilograms worth 2.73 million ringgit were seized. All the cases were to be exported to Hong Kong from Sabah and Sarawak via post. The case is currently being investigated under Section 135, Subsection 10, Subsection A of the Customs Act 167 for exporting banned goods, and if convicted, can be fined a minimum of 10 or 20 times the value of goods seized or imprisonment of not more than 3 years or both.
Individu yang terlibat telah dikriminalisasi dan Jabatan Kastam tengah sedang buat pensiasatan kepada individu yang terlibat di negeri Sabah dan Sarawak melalui bantuan pihak kami di sana, dan kemungkinan kes ini kita akan siasat bersama-sama dengan Jabatan Perkhidmatan untuk mengenal pasti mereka-mereka yang terlibat dengan memperdagangkan barang-barang hidupan liar ataupun part of hidupan liar ni, dan jika sabit kesalahan kita akan mendakwa mereka lah di mahkamah di bawah undang-undang hidupan liar.
In a separate case, Abdul Wahabi said the department managed to foil 2 smuggling cases worth 304,000 ringgit involving taxes of almost 3 million ringgit on November 15th and 24th. The Energy Commission has received a total of 914 cases relating to electrical accidents between 2002 to October 2017. Now, of the total, an alarming rate of 457 deaths were recorded. And following this, the Energy Commission's Electrical Safety Development Head, Ifahana Maluk, said an amendment will be made to the existing act, namely the Electricity Supply Act 1994, as an initiative to improve the level of safety-related electrical operation of Malaysia. According to Ifahana Muluk, the draft amendments have been completed and is only awaiting to be brought to the Ministry for approval. This year alone, 49 electrical accident cases were identified as of early November, with almost 50% of the accidents resulting in fatalities.
Objektif Suruhanjaya Tenaga adalah antaranya adalah membuat pindaan kepada akta dan peraturan sediada, di mana peraturan elektrik 1994 tahun depan insya-Allah akan menguatkuasakan di mana setiap rumah kita kehendaki untuk menjalankan pemeriksaan pada sistem pendawaian rumah tersebut sekali setiap 10 tahun.
She was speaking to the media outside the electrical safety session organized by Schneider Electric Industries, Malaysia Sendirian Berhad in Kuala Lumpur. Additionally, she said that 32% of accidents occurred due to the incorrect installation and maintenance of equipment, while failure to follow safe work practices accounted for 30.5%. The remaining percentage stems from hazardous activities near the location of the electrical installation areas, encroachment on the area of electrical installation and misuse of the electrical system. Well, 3 men, including 2 police constables, alleged to be involved in thefts and the shooting of a grocery shop owner at his home in Kampong Jaya, Gading, Kuantan, Pahang on Saturday, have been placed under remand until December 2nd. Pahang Police Chief Datuk Sri Rosli Abdul Rahman said that 2 suspects were arrested at Bandar Indra Mahkota on Saturday, while another at Taman Setali, Galing Kuantan, on the same day. Several items were seized, including a 33 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver and 4 live bullets allegedly used to shoot the victim. The police had learned from the victim's wife, who witnessed the entire incident, that the shooter was a regular customer to the victim's grocery shop. She said a fight happened between the victim and the suspect, who tried to take 11 cartons of cigarettes, which resulted in the shooting.
Jadi kita juga telah membuat ujian urine test terhadap ketiga-tiga mereka ini dan didapati ketiga-tiga mereka ini adalah positif methamphetamine. Mana mereka ini dipercayai sebelum melakukan jenayah berkenaan telah mengambil dadah jenis methamphetamine.
Dr. Sri Rosli said this during a press conference at the Pahang Contingent Police Headquarters. Well, coming up, Malaysia's labour productivity rose by 4.2%. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak said the country's labour productivity recorded a 4.2% growth for the third quarter of this year, higher than the average annual growth target of 3.7% set under the 11th Malaysia Plan, RMK11. And he said that the number was based on the steady growth of the gross domestic product, or GDP, of the 6.2% and the annual growth rate of 2% same duration. Among the sectors are the agricultural sector, which recorded a growth of 5.2%, manufacturing by 5.1%, construction by 4.8% and service sector by 3.7%.
Secara keseluruhannya, pencapaian produktiviti buruh setakat ini lebih memberangsangkan dan ia selari dengan hasrat kerajaan untuk mencapai ekonomi yang didorong oleh produktiviti. Majlis ini percaya pencapaian berkenaan dapat dikekalkan untuk menghasilkan kadar pertumbuhan ekonomi yang mampan.
The Premier said this after opening the Nexus Chairman Appointment Letter Presentation Ceremony and the Productivity and National Labour Productivity Report launch for the third quarter of 2017 in Parliament. AmBank Group is targeting to capture 50% of its total auto finance applications of 15,000 monthly via a mobile application terminal known as MAT. And AmBank Group CEO Dato' Sulaiman Muhammad Tahir said the bank expects to hit 7,500 applications to be made via MAT monthly, adding that AmBank's auto finance has about 11% share of the market.
What you have out there in the market is more of a point of submission, meaning that digitally point of submission, and you have some people at the back end who does then the manual configuration to see whether the loan is approved or not. But in our instance, if you are a straightforward EPF contributor, which most of us are, and you're working in a kind of reasonable profession, you meet the requirements, you should be able to walk out from the showroom with the car that you want.
Through MAT, one can submit loan applications, and upon meeting all requirements, one can obtain immediate approvals within 30 minutes. Since its launch on July 1st, AmBank has received over 2,400 applicants, but the approval rate is only at 40 to 50%. Meanwhile, Dato' Sulaiman explained that by taking advantage of digital technology in their operations, the financial... And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on Till. In our top story, Asean Muslims need to collaborate to protect Ummah from deviant doctrines. Join us again at 7 tonight for more updates. Till then, I'm Amin Carlos, and thanks for watching. Good afternoon.